So the Amazing Atheist did a video for his That Guy with the Glasses channel called The Top 10 Worst Moments in Transformers 2. Now, everybody knows that I'm a huge fan of the Transformers movies. I mean, and pretty much anything by Michael Bay, really. But that reminded me of some comments that I got quite often when I made my video responses to me, was that people telling me that it's just, you know, harmless fun, you know, check your brain at the door. Now, I already explained in a previous video why these movies suck even as action movies, because you have to actually give a shit about the characters in order for it to be interesting. I mean, when Optimus Prime died in Revenge of the Fallen, I was like, meh, I wonder if he's going to give the Matrix to Hot Rod now. I mean, that was about, you know, the most interested I got in the movie. But I don't understand this check your brain at the door. We live, I mean if this was like 15 years ago, and this goes back to some of the things that I was talking about, you know, growing up with very limited access to media. Like I said, you know, growing up I had like, there was like maybe a dozen channels on television, and you know, some VHS tapes around the house. I had CDs to listen to, and that was about it. But we live in a society, I mean, if you have a computer, you have access to pretty much any movie or television show ever made, okay? Right now, I'm watching a show called The Wire, which I got off Netflix. I think I'm going to do a review on it, because people keep asking me to do reviews of things that I actually like. And this is a good show. I mean, a lot of people really hyped this show as, like, the greatest show ever! And I'm sorry, but I have to respectfully disagree. Although I'm only into the very beginning of the second season, so maybe it will progress to become the greatest show that I've ever seen. So far, it's just a good show. Total tangent, though. My point is this. We live in a society where you have pretty much instant access to the greatest books ever written, the greatest shows and movies ever made. There's so many other things that you could be doing with your time to enrich your life. You can be watching movies actually worth your time. You can be watching, you know, mindless popcorn action flicks that are actually good. I mean, I like the Transporter movies. I know that they're not like these intellectually hard-hitting things, but they still manage to be good without stabbing me in the brain. You have to check your brain at the door with movies like Transformers, not because you're not going to use your brain, because if you bring it in, it's going to get gang raped, beaten with a baseball bat, and left in a dumpster, you know, beaten within an inch of its life. That's what's going to happen to your brain if you make the mistake of bringing it into a movie like Transformers 2. Saying, check your brain at the door in this day and age should just be another way of saying, don't bother to see this at all. Really, there is too much else out there worthy of your time to piss it away watching something where you have to check your brain at the door. And I have no idea why people actually try and use that saying, check your brain at the door, to defend crap. It's just don't see it. If you have to check your brain at the door, and it's not even a fun action movie, just don't see it at all. It's just that simple.